Virgo, hey, what's going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. Happy birthday! Sorry, I was going to say we've entered into Virgo season, but it is your birthday month. It is your birthday season. Happy birthday. Sending all the love, all the celebration. I hope you feel honored, supported, valued, cherished, and just can really just celebrate who you are and what you bring to this world. I love Virgo season. It gives us an opportunity to kind of find more balance and restoration, especially in our health, well-being, mind, body, soul. Leo season wasn't horrible, but it definitely kind of brought up some competitive, combative energy. Fire signs have a tendency to do that. And, you know, we're all kind of in this space where so much is changing, reshuffling, and we kind of have to figure out where we fit in the pecking order or, you know, kind of where we're headed, like who is supporting us, who is working with us, for us, etc., and who's kind of making things difficult. And as we're evaluating, as we're understanding where those changes are happening, Virgo energy gives us an opportunity to take care of ourselves, to provide a solid platform for which we can work from, right? Because if we're all over the map, or if we don't have clarity of vision, clarity of sight, etc., it can make things a little wild and all over the place. And it makes it really hard to kind of just check in with ourselves or, you know, also just like manifest, law of attraction, however you want to understand it. Go after, achieve your goals if law of attraction is not your thing. Quantum physics has proven it, just as a side note, if you're curious. But it's just that value, right? Like of setting goals, of achieving them. You're amazing at doing that because you're really good at kind of like analyzing where those credits and deficits are and then preparing your energy in a way that will give you the optimal performance, which is pretty dope, right? I like to start off the reading, with an energy cleansing. Sorry, my sage is almost out, but I like to start the readings off with an energy cleansing just to set the tone, set the vibe for the reading. Cleanse out those places where we might feel blocked or limited. It's a really great time to set your own intention for the reading as well, especially if you've come in with something on your heart, on your mind, something you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over. Be open to receive. It's a really great way to personalize these collective readings. I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing and wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, or if you are just interested in more of a rebalancing of self, your mind, body, soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we are aligned in self, like I was talking about earlier, that's really where we're able to manifest our happiness, our abundance, our fulfillment. And I would love to help support that in whatever way possible. Definitely hit me up, Virgo. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. All right, Virgo. What I was hearing as I was preparing for your reading was back to the drawing board. I'm hearing this as, excuse me, that had to come out. Okay, back to the drawing board. So I was hearing like something didn't go according to plan, right? Like you're looking at something, I don't know, it doesn't feel like you're hell-bent one way or the other, like you needed this thing to happen in order for X, Y, and Z. But it does look like you were trying something out. You were attempting something. And it does feel like it's fallen flat. I feel like you've either been put not put in your place, but just like Spirit's asking you to like slow your roll a little bit and evaluate the situation. Look at the situation, because duality is in your overarching energy. And I'm hearing you're seeing something or someone differently, maybe kind of like what you had attempted to achieve in the beginning. It's the perspective around it is changing, is what I'm hearing, right? Like the perspective around it is changing. And I feel like it is challenging you. I feel like it is challenging you, but you're at a point where you're not ready to give up, right? So even if things haven't worked out exactly how you wanted it to, at the same time, you still have some level of tenacity in order to kind of like do what you need to do, get done what you need to get done, whatever this goal is that you have in mind. So unfortunately, sorry, and there's a reason, like I said, like the overarching energy is really talking about you kind of, like I said, being held back. You could be experiencing physical pain, limitation on that level, right? Like it doesn't have to just be physical. It can be mental, it can be emotional, but something is limiting you. And it's limiting you because, again, it's highlighting the places where things might not be as they seem. And if you actually look at it from a different vantage point, you're going to see it a little bit clearer. Because we also have this guide card coming in as your future energy. So you're in a place of abundance. You're in a place where things are, like I said, they're working out to some capacity. It might not be the thing that you were going after, you were trying to make happen, but like you have your abundance in place. Like you feel good, you feel strong, you feel supported. Again, this limitation is coming up, so there can be some re-guidance. I don't think that's a word, but like it's, again, so you take a beat. Sorry if I'm being overly redundant or saying the same thing. Trying to get my point across. But it's slowing you down, essentially, so you can be guided in the right direction. There's something about this that I feel like it's hard for you to look at, or it's hard for you to see. Sometimes things fit in our life, even if they don't make a lot of sense to us, or even if we're kind of putting it through our filter of judgment or whatever it might be, right? Because there's something about this that's like, I don't know, like maybe you just don't like it. 100%, 2 of wands. There's something about this that you just don't like. It feels off. It doesn't feel like this is something you want to engage in. And that's kind of why you've set certain goals into play. And I think you were hoping that it would move in a different direction, but it's not. It's moving forward. There's not a standstill. Someone's showing to you like, hey, I will work through this. I will get better. Even if there wasn't a conversation about like, hey, I need you to do this thing. But they're seeing things like whatever you're dealing with, it's like they're seeing things more rationally. They're really trying to take that rational approach versus like the emotional, like pulling at your heartstrings. Like, I feel like this is someone who's like trying to get it right in their own mind, if that makes sense. And then approaching the situation with you accordingly. And it is a little bit different, right? Like it's a different turn of events. I think there's a lot here for you that could be very valuable, but I don't know if you're vibing with it, because even as the Knight of Swords, it really talks about how you're still making plans, right? You're still making plans to kind of get yourself either out of this or away from this. And let's see. Be mindful. Virgo, sorry, that's what I come up with. But no, it just has this energy of like, don't take something for granted. You know, I don't see that that's your intention. It looks, again, like there's something around this that it's just, it's putting a bad taste in your mouth. It's something you don't like. It's something you don't really want to invest in. But there's also this message of Spirit saying like, hey, okay, maybe it's not what you want, but it might be really good for you right now. And that's where I see the disconnect coming into play. Because as things move forward, whatever this is, like it looks like even if they are coming from a messy spot or, you know, whatever, they're getting their stuff together type vibe, like they, whatever holes they've been picking up in the situation with you, they're really making sure to like dot their I's, cross their T's, etc. And so where I'm saying, like, don't take things for granted, because this energy might be gone quickly, you know, as soon as, like, it almost might be this thing of, like, once you get comfortable, they're like, okay, I found something else, or I'm doing something else, or, you know, whatever. Okay, let's look a little more at this King of Swords to you. Okay. Because they see there's a lot of people, there might be a lot of opinions going around, multiple people at play, multiple people trying to get their own success. There's just like, it's like multiple people, multiple emotions, multiple feelings, wanting things to go in their way. There, you know, it might not be like a knockdown, drag out war, you know, but it definitely has these like competitive undertones, or everyone's trying to prove themselves so they can get what they want. And I feel like you're just mismatching from some people. We have King and Queen of Pentacles. Maybe you're in a partnership, in a dynamic where you have to make some decisions, and you might not be 100% on the same page, or there's different perspectives around this, etc. It looks like I said, yeah, something's holding this back, and it's not good, bad, right, or wrong. Like I said, it feels very much this energy of like spirits trying to communicate this value of appreciating a good thing when you have it, right? And I think that you're seeing enough, since whatever the pin has been put in, whatever it is has kind of been stopped or halted for you in this dynamic. You're starting to see that maybe it's not as much of what you thought, but it kind of throws a wrench in your plans, because I feel like either your mind or you're very fixated on this one direction. And sometimes, like I said, it leaves out things that like, that you know, that maybe is very pivotal information, or it makes you kind of look over things that were actually really valuable. And then once we walk away or leave that thing behind, we're like, oh shit, I should have stayed, or whatever. I am listening. I know that sitting in silence is the surest way to hear my intuition speak. I feel like this is not just about your intuition. I think that's a huge component of it. I feel like spiritual messages are in your blocked energy, so you're not really listening to your intuition at all. That can be the downside of earth energy, because it is very practical. And so maybe what, again, makes sense on the surface isn't actually what you need, right? And so I'm also hearing like listening to other people, listening to what they're saying, to what they're actually communicating, and don't just assume. I am abundant. We know this. You're coming from a place of abundance. I know that money flows freely to me when I pursue my passions. So spirit's like surrendering some control, right, around finances, not being so you know, greedy, sorry, maybe not greedy, but miserly. That's the word I'm looking for. Holding on to things, making sure that you have gratitude, that you're sharing is caring, right? Like really kind of acknowledging that like we do need people, we do need partnerships, we do need relationships to help support our abundance, our goals, etc. And when we try to do it all of ourselves, or you know, we're cutting people out that actually might be a good fit, that's where things get a little dicey. Remember, I am capable. I know that I have everything it takes to build the life of my dreams. And I feel like we get stuck when we feel like, well, this isn't what my dream looks like. Okay, maybe it's not right now, but maybe it's helping you get to your dream, right? We do have this Six of Swords energy. So like I said, there's still movement. You're still moving forward, even if you're kind of back at the drawing board or revamping your approach. But also just make sure that you're not trying to push things ahead too quickly. That's been a theme in the collective for the last several months. Taking your time, vetting your options, really kind of doing your due diligence, listening so that you're not making decisions that really end up being counterintuitive to like what's highest and best for you. All right, Virgo, I hope you enjoyed the reading. Thank you so much for your time, energy, always. I super appreciate you. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I love to hear, or just say, hey, share in a little love, little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support to the channel. No, I'm sending it back your way.